We saw this, we've seen this statement from the Conference of Heads, that's proprietors of private second cycle schools, and they are complaining about indebtedness to WAEC and how, as they say that in a statement released on December 9, the council identified a breakdown of scanners used for processing objective cards as the primary cause for the delay in releasing the results. According to WAEC, an outstanding payment of 180 million owed by the Ministry of Education is urgently needed to resolve the problem. And they say, regrettably, all those students in private schools who sat for the 2024 WASSCE duly paid WASSCE registration fees, the students are also being denied the right to receive their results. They say the situation is unacceptable because most universities in Ghana have their admission deadlines in January 2025. And they've raised this issue. We're told that government has released an additional 25 million cedis to WAEC. Let's just go straight to WAEC and find out what the situation is, because I guess a lot of students and parents are quite worried about this development. So we'll try and speak with Mr. John Kapi, who's the head of public relations at the West Africa Examinations Council. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm quite well.
Okay. Merry Christmas.
Many happy returns.
Right. Okay. So you informed us about your inability to work on the 2024 WASSCE results and release them, and you pointed out to some indebtedness of 118 million that the Ministry of Education owes WAEC, and you needed this money to be able to sort things out to release these results. You also spoke about the private schools. We have a statement from them, and they say that although they do not owe you, they are being affected by this. The key issue here is that the deadline for university admissions is in January. December is about ending. I'm sure that today is perhaps the last working day for most institutions for 2024. We've seen a release that says that government has released 25 million cedis to you. Bring us up to speed on the issue of the release of the results. Are we good to go? Are we fine?
Right. Thank you very much for having me. Yes, we have picked up a check for 25 million Ghana cedis. But then we had indicated earlier that the technicians were supposed to work on the scanners that scan the objective test answer cards. We owed them 25 million Ghana cedis, and so that amount that was brought was going to be used in offsetting that debt, because they had indicated that they were not willing to offer any services until that outstanding debt was paid. So right after we received that amount, we wrote again to the minister indicating that we would need further funds because they were asking for a guarantee, that right after the job they were going to do for us, we would pay up. So we sent this communication to the minister last Friday. But then yesterday, there was a meeting between my head of office and then the director of finance with the minister, and he indicated his willingness to give us another 20 million Ghana cedis.
Should that be enough?
Well, we are now going to have the technicians assess the damage to the scanners and tell us how much it will cost. They've indicated that we need some replaceable parts. I mean, we had them come to the office yesterday. They managed to twig a few of them that were supposed to start work later in the evening yesterday. I'm yet to find out whether they actually were able to do anything, So they are going to assess the damage on the other machines and then give us their assessment and how much we need to buy the parts and then fix them. So the 20 million that has been promised, we haven't received anything yet anyway, but that may not be enough also because we have other costs that go with the processing of the results.
Are you not using the deadline for university admissions and the anxiety of parents and students to perhaps get your pound of flesh from government?
Oh, no, because we've done this for so many years. We wouldn't do that because we who are staff of the council also have our children who have written the exam and who are also awaiting results. So the anxiety is at every level. And for us in particular, you need to clear one cycle and then prepare for the next. So even if we are delaying deliberately, we are only punishing ourselves because then we'll have to work twice as much as we do to start the next cycle. So really, it's not about us, using this one to exact our pound of flesh. No.
Now, help us understand this. We're told that the total indebtedness is 118 million cedis. Is that correct? 118.
That is correct. Yes,
okay.
That is correct.
Now, is it for 2024 or it's about accumulated payments?
So for 2024, there's an outstanding debt of 78 million.
78.
And then for 78,
okay.
78.
Okay. And
then for 2022 and 2023, a cumulative balance of 40 million Ghana cedis, So that is what has brought us to the figure of 118.
But from the point of view of the council, how much of this 118 do you actually need to be able to sort out your bills and then work on the results and release them?
Well, in our communication with the minister on Friday, we indicated that they should give us an additional 35 million to the 25 that has been released. And we believe that we'll be able to manage with that so that we don't have anybody holding us to ransom. Because indeed, these technicians are people we have worked with over the years. And we felt that we have some goodwill and we could call them to come and work on these machines and then we'll carry on. But unfortunately, they are also asking for payment, So really, when you look at the situation right now, we are also in a fix, but we also owe them. And so what we asked the government to do simply was to release an additional 35, which will enable us, we think that with that 35, we'll be able to clear all the outstanding indebtedness related to the processing of the results, and then we can release the results in good time.
So you need 60 million cedis in all. You've received a check. 60 million cedis in all.
Yes.
You received a check for 25. There's a promise to release 20, but you're saying that you need an additional 15 to that 20 to be able to go ahead and do the work.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. But then yesterday we were told, the minister called my head of office and indicated that the finance ministry was willing to release all the money owed us. But this is just by word of mouth. We haven't seen any documentation to that effect.
You mean
if that works out fine, then we'll get the money and then we can do all that we need to do in the office.
Do you mean all the 118 or the 35?
No, all the money that is owed, the 118. That is what was said. I am yet to confirm that.
Now, let's deal with timelines.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the January deadlines for university admissions and all that, what do you think will be the latest date by which this payment must be resolved in order to enable you also work? I'm sure that you then will have to recall your people to even work during this Yuletide. What will be the latest time?
Well, we indicated yesterday that all things being equal, if these monies are released on time, I'm told that the Director of Finance will be at the ministry this morning to pick up another check. Now, so with the little that we're able to do, we had, I think, about 3 machines that have started work yesterday, but we are being very careful. So we had recalled staff to start work last night. And so they'll be working, 24 hours. They'll be running shifts to be able to clear, that job. So if all of this is done, the monies are released, we believe that by the close of this month, we should be able to finish because the nature of our work is such that at any given time, you could be recalled to come to work, a little compensation given because we need to also meet, deadlines.
Now, I'm sure that you've seen the release from the Conference of Heads of Private Second Cycle Schools, and they are complaining that due to this indebtedness, they have become victims, although they do not owe the WAEC?
Yes, I've seen the release. Yes, but we do not deal with private schools separately from the public schools. We lump them all together for purposes of fair assessment and grading. So when equipment breaks down, it affects everybody. It's unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation, but really they may have a point there, but then we cannot single them out and assess them separately because that will not be a fair assessment.
All right. So, John, thanks for joining us, and we hope that you'll be able to get at least a 35 million cedi check today, so that we can resolve this issue and take out the anxiety that parents and students are suffering. Thank you very much for your time, and Merry Christmas.
Many happy returns. It's my pleasure.
Right.